How many double eggs?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. They run the counter. Callaway. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now they go screen. It's complete. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now a give right side. Lehman. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try the air now with Watson. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw is Jackson. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Mike 54. Mike 54. Right there.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Kicks away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll be set up in great starting field position here as that's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. It's a 1st down and more for Dobbins. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a first down throw, Watson. Dancing to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now a handoff here to his running back. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. These two teams all tied after 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Watson off play action. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line.
Jackson going to look to do it himself.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Jackson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Jackson now.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. On second down, Callaway. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Watson. Being chased out left. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. They'll run on first down. Callaway. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. From the 29, Watson. Flush to his right. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
On second down now, Lehman. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. In your face.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Watson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. On 1st down, it's Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns would extend their lead here just before halftime. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is up to 8.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
From the 29, Jackson.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Every now and then, you have some volleyball training actually comes into play as a defender. When a ball's tipped in the air, nice play by the defense, got a hand on it, but when it's in the air, it's up for grabs. And too many times in this league, we've seen great plays happen for an offense as a result of a ball tipped in the air. So what you really want to do is be that guy who comes off the back line and spikes it, knocks it to the ground. Don't let him have that opportunity. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Muscles him off. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. With a juke. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. On second down, here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Callaway. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back to throw, Watson.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Room here to run. Hard running at the 15. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15.
143 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play action passes as well.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Watson. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, probably they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Off play action. Callaway. And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Rosas good with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson dancing to his left. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third and long. It's Watson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, report. Check three.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
70 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Browns on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On the ground with a tight end. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 3rd down, Callaway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Browns are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Dobbins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Buying time to his left.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.